Hi,
How are you, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
That's not the true background. That bridge is not the true one, but I do think it's kind of symbolic of the bridge you did from incarceration to what you are right now, right?
Yeah, I was actually trying to figure out how to take it off.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, to show my background where I'm at right now.
I think your background is just fine. I think it's a metaphor that we make from one landmass to another. And I think that's pretty apropos for what we're going to talk about today.
I agree.
You
Yeah.
know that we are uploading a lot of videos onto our YouTube channel and onto prison tablets, and they're extremely popular. And people are wanting to know, well, how to do this and how to do that. And for you, really, it's how do I show up in recovery, released with the GOGI Live tools? How do I do that? And I'd love to talk to you about that. But first, this is your transcript. When you were incarcerated, you
Oh,
had a
yeah.
GOGI transcript, and the sweetest entry there is paroled.
Man.
Ah!
Yeah, reals. Reals.
I know,
Never thought
yeah. But
it was gonna
before
happen, but
that, you were at Pleasant Valley on a yard. You
yep.
did GOGI groups, anger management. Then you moved to CTF, and then it was GOGI group, leadership, victim impact, my life story, addiction and substance abuse, power up, certified coach thesis, your coach
Yeah.
status, GOGI group workbook, anger management, and leadership training. So you
Mhm.
did an awful lot. Your last course was May of 2024.
Mhm.
You've been
Yeah.
kind of busy since then. What have you been doing?
Man. So I was in the transitional house in San Francisco for 6 months. And transitional houses are very interesting. They you have to you get challenged a lot. So that's why I wanted to talk about like reentry and the purpose of like knowing your Gogi tools,
Yeah.
being the boss of your brain,
Yeah.
because there's so much like new things that are out there. Like just coming out of that transitional house, like right when you walk out the door, it's bad.
Yes.
Like there's homeless, there's people getting high, there's drug abuse. It's I was just like, whoa, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then the cops walk by and they don't even say nothing. So I'm like, man, this is not what I was thinking I was gonna get out to.
Right. And I love the topic. I love the topic because guys and women, they really just want to just let me out, let me out, let me out. And then they get moved to a transition home, and it's sometimes a worse prison.
Yeah.
It's worse. Talk about the shell shock. You got released. Oh my God, I could see the sky, I could breathe, I could go to the grocery store and get my food, I can get on the phone, I can go see family, I can have a life. And then what did they say to you?
Man. So when I initially got out, I was over 200 miles away. Or not 200 miles, 107 miles away, but it felt like over 200 miles.
From your home. From
Yeah.
So
From
when you went to a transition home, it was nearly 200 miles away from where you would ultimately call home.
Yeah, 107 miles, but it felt like 200 miles.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, and the reason is because like we get out where I was like, man, I'm ready. Let me out. I'm ready to get out there and start transitioning to do life. You know what I mean, and meet life on my terms, not on life's terms. But when I got out, one of my biggest things throughout my incarceration was family, staying close to family, staying close to friends, and my parole wouldn't let me go beyond 50 miles. So my
But your
parole,
family is nearly 200 miles away, and
yeah,
you're allowed 50 miles.
yes.
Uh huh.
I'm like, man, I can't even go see my family. I can't see them every day. And in a way, like now that I'm able to think about like look at it in the totality, it actually did good for me. You know,
Why was that? Why were the rules at this transition home, which took away your freedoms that you had earned? You earned those freedoms. You went to this transition home and they just grabbed those freedoms from you and said, no, 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 not
yeah,
yet.
girls,
You
yeah,
may think you're free, but you're not quite free.
yeah.
Why was that good for you?
Well, the parole board, they limited all lifers to 50 miles. right? But the transitional, I had to sign in like passes. I only had 6 hour passes, so I can go on a 6 hour pass, but I had to come back. And then if I did the groups that they required at the transitional, then I can do another 6 hours. But normally it's only 1 6 hours pass to go and come. And like what I was saying is like it taught me how to not be so like I'm ready. Let's go. Let me get this. Let me do this. Let me do that. Because like when I got home, now I go to work. I'm a youth recovery mentor, youth recovery connections. I'm a care navigator, and we help the youth. We help anybody who's in need, like providing different services for them. But it helped me because time management. You know what I mean? When I was in prison, that's all I did was get up, go to vocation, go to groups, run a group, participate in a group, help prepare for another group, or set up different like Special Olympics things coming in. I was always doing something. So this transitional house made me sit down. It's like relax, take your time, you know what I mean, and just really think about what it is you're trying to do. And I say that because the GOGI tools are like, if you're thinking with your emotions, I wanted to experience everything. You know what I mean? I want to experience. Yeah. Oh, I feel like this. Let me go. Yeah. Let me go do this. Let me go try that. And I started thinking, you know, like my old habits would be like, if I do this, this is what's gonna happen. So I started using the smart part the whole time, just like, you know what? How's this choice gonna affect me? How's this choice gonna affect my family? And to be honest, all my guys that are in prison, you know what I mean? Because those are like all of them like my brothers, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of them looked up to me. They're like, man, if you can do it, I know we can do it. And if they let you out, they're gonna let us out. And I'm like,
how much time did you do?
I did 24 in 4 months.
And so you have a lifetime of friendships.
Oh man.
Pleasant Valley and then CTF. You have literally you grew up. That's a lifetime of friendships.
Yeah. I was a month into my 19th birthday when I went to jail. So I spent more than half of my life in prison.
Wow.
And I got some really, like when I got out, one of another GOGI coach that helped me out a lot was Mikey Perez.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he helped me out a lot. We're in contact every day. We even worked at the same company. And
tell him I want to do an interview with him.
I will. I definitely will.
In fact, you know, it might be interesting for our viewers to actually have both of you on the same interview. So we can talk about peer associations. We can talk about staying in communication with those people that are on the right path and what it does. For you to pull up his name as one of the very first names means that his positive impact on you was something that you could rely on in the transition home. You could rely on it as you were going through the steps. So maybe the three of us could just get on a Zoom call about solidifying those friendships, because some guys and even women say, you know, I don't want to get too close to people in prison because I ain't going to be friends with them. When I leave those doors, I leave everything behind. But I think they're missing.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I think they're missing many, many powerful associations, many, many powerful experiences, many shared experiences, and a lot of wisdom. Would you agree?
Absolutely. You know what's crazy is when my mom and dad were taking me to the transitional, because once I got out of prison, they were taking me, right? And we're driving, looking for the transitional. And I'm looking out the window like, man, this is crazy. And who do I see walking down the street?
No. Did you stop the car?
Hold on. Yes. Hold on, Daddy, hold on. I rolled down the way. I go, Mikey. He turns around.
You've got to be kidding.
No, I'm not. And he looks. He's like, Tony, where you at? Like, I'm at the Taylor House transitional. He goes, I'll put in a good word for you, bro. He goes, you'll be all right. I'll contact you. Oh. And I was the first person I seen on my way out, my first day out. It was crazy. I was like, that's off the hook.
That is brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, over the next 6 months, it was just like me and him would walk back to because he was in another transitional, and I would walk with him to his, and then I go to mine, or vice versa. We always go out to eat and just talk. Like it was cool. It was really
Yeah,
good.
what I heard you say is one, you used your tools in that
Yeah.
transitionary period. You just used your GOGI tools. And then you relied on specific people to help reinforce the direction that you were going. Is that a piece of advice that you would give to anybody in the reentry process?
Absolutely. You know, when we like when I was growing up, we followed people that went down a certain road, and we followed them blindly,
Yeah.
and no matter where it went. And today in recovery, like for me, when I was in there, I was Mikey was our he was our chairman in the GOGI group that I was at,
Mhm.
right? So I got to serve him. I got to know him, got to talk with him on different events and everything. And for me to see him out there, I was like, man, what's up? And then I seen his walk. There's a couple different things that I seen about him too that I didn't know, and I was like, man. And we got real close out here, and it was just cool because we can rely on each other. Like
Love
even
it.
now, we send messages to each other, and the direction is always positive. It's always uplifting. It's always supporting, and even those times, because like in prison, you think I can't tell nobody about this, or I
Yeah.
can't talk to nobody about this,
Yeah.
or I'm all alone in this, and it's a trip because out here you can fall into that trap real quick.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? So you go to a transition home. Where is the trap and how can somebody avoid it? So you're released from prison. You got your friendships and your peers there. You
Mhm.
somebody you love picks up or somebody that you don't know picks you up and takes you to the transition
Mhm.
facility or the home. What is the trap and how do you avoid it?
So for me, not knowing that what you were learning inside can directly help you outside. So like if you have friends that are inside there that you're talking to every day, they're your sounding boards, they're people that are in that community that path that you're going. If you have that inside, you got to remember that there's men outside that have already retransitioned that are out here willing to do the same thing. They're actually looking for it. You know what I
Really?
mean? So yeah, so like when I got into the transitional, I didn't really know anybody in that transitional. But when I started talking to people, they started saying, "Oh, you're always happy, man. You're always smiling." You know, what I mean, you got good vibes. And then I met a couple people that I knew, and just being able to relate and talk and build that trust amongst each other, and that where I can be a sounding board, is avoiding that trap where I feel like I can't no more. Like that was just a
I
prison
see.
thing.
But you had to reach out. It wasn't something coming to you. You had to look for that connection. Is that right? That was something
Yes.
that you had to initiate?
Well, on some levels, like when so for me, when I feel like okay, I need to voice something, then I look for it.
Okay,
But if
okay.
there's other guys that I know that they look to me, then they come to me and we'll talk about it. But like every day I send like there's about like 12 guys that get out of prison, and I send them a Bible verse in the morning. Every
Oh,
every day I send them
wonderful.
a verse, and they always tell me that they look forward to it, right? And I
Of
tell them, hey man, if
course.
the door's open to vent or talk or to come and hang out, and then they laugh, and I go, because I'm gonna do it too.
Yes,
I go,
yeah.
because there's a lot of life challenges that like for like my wife. My wife's in this trailer behind me. There's a trailer right there, right?
No, there
And
isn't. There's a bridge, but we get
it's
it.
on
We
top of the
get
bridge.
it.
Uh, but so she's had life experiences and lives moving to what she knows, right? So when she sees me doing things or like taking my time in certain areas, she's like, "Oh yeah, you're not. This is not new to you. I mean, this is
Yeah.
new to you. It's not like normal."
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
it's comforting when you have other people that have actually walked through the fire, so to speak, with you, that you
Hmm.
can rely on them and be like, "Hey man, what do you think?" Because the struggles are the same,
Yeah.
no matter
That's
what you
those
experience.
positive associations. Look what I found.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the G pause for Gogia. Yeah,
Your special project.
yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Oh,
The first thing I want to say to everyone, create your own path,
hmm,
set your own limits, and fulfill your dreams. This was your 30-page thesis project. Before you became a coach, you
yeah,
had to really contribute. You went way beyond 30 pages.
yeah, yeah.
But
You know
I
what?
love what you had to say.
Yeah, I actually been trying to put that in motion when I was in prison.
Yeah.
I started a dog program called Tails. I'm
I love
one of
it.
the founding guys.
Yeah.
I started a weed care program for at-risk youth deterrent program, and I
Yes.
was one of the founding guys there. And I was trying to connect the both of them to complete that.
Yes. Yeah.
Now that I'm out here, I'm a part of a youth recovery program that helps youth,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to get a peer certification so I can go into the juvenile halls and actually
Awesome.
start doing that.
I love
And
that.
yeah,
I think that the GOGI G Rep, the GOGI representative certification probably will assist in being able to go into prisons and jails, especially with GOGI's letter of endorsement and a call that I might make. So
yeah,
don't wait for that. If you are a GOGI coach,
yeah,
you get that level of support from our organization. And
yeah,
usually, since GOGI is 26 years old and we've never had a major misstep,
yeah,
we follow every rule. We don't
yeah,
jaywalk.
yeah, right.
I'd be more than happy to write a support letter for you to allow you to go in and facilitate to the level. So just ask.
Okay, I
So
appreciate it.
yeah. So when you said, hi, dear Coach Taylor, my name is Tony Leba. I was incarcerated for 24 and a half years. I became a GOGI coach. Now I'm a care navigator with Youth Recovery Connections. I'm reaching out to introduce our organization and explore
Yeah,
collaborations. And this is how our conversation began.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it wasn't like you got out and you called GOGI, oh my gosh, this is too much. You got out, you connected with your peers, you grow, you learn, and now you are in a position when you can really begin to utilize some of GOGI's momentum and GOGI's curricula to help the youth, which I just applaud you for, because
yeah,
I think as a youth, if you had the GOGI life tools and a positive mentor, you probably wouldn't have done 24 years behind bars.
yeah. I agree for reals because yeah, I was following the wrong crowd.
Yeah, and you know what? When there's a better crowd to follow, usually people will make the better choice.
Yeah,
There's just not enough of the better crowd to follow. And that's where guys like you who have actually had that lived experience, you come out as a coach. Now you're a youth coordinator and an advisor to youth, and people are looking up at you saying, man, I want to be just like him. Just
yeah,
if you would have had somebody like you in your youth, I think the story would have been different. But boy, what an amazing journey you're going to be able to help people with.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just grateful, just grateful to be out here and for somebody doing so much time. It was kind of like I thought I was gonna get out and I'm gonna go to work and things are gonna be good. And they didn't tell me about how much taxes they take out of your paycheck, right? One thing I still have there's still areas that I kind of like still getting used to. But one of the things that I've been really trying to get used to is you go to a restaurant, right? And
Yes.
you order, and it's like I felt like the only thing you could do is just like, okay, I'm gonna order a number 5 and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
medium or large or small.
Right. Right.
There's so much more. You can order onions, no onions, cheese, no cheese, different patties.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I say that because like in prison, your choices are very limited.
Right. Well,
Out here,
here's a question. When guys get out and when women get out and they're released, they get to a transition home. They're eating at the transition home for a little while. Then they go out to a grocery store. And
mm,
more than one individual has told me that it causes great anxiety. One of them
mm,
said that it made their stomach sick. They couldn't, it was just information overload. It was really troubling for them to have. Are you looking over the bridge? Is the
no,
sunset?
yeah, no, my wife was asking me something.
Can she pop in? Can she
Yeah.
say hello?
Well, sure, babe. This is my wife, Audi, right here.
What is her name?
Audi, like the
Audi?
cars.
Hey, Audi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, what advice do you give for all the wives who are waiting for their men to get out and do good things just like your husband? What is the piece of advice that you would give?
Well, I would just say to be supportive
Uh-huh.
just, I think support is like the biggest thing when they're in there and when they get out, and then just be patient.
Patient. I
'Cause good
think
things do
patience a
happen.
big one, because if you've been with somebody a long time, you want to get out. You want to take a vacation to Hawaii. You want to go buy a new car, new
Oh, yeah.
clothes. You want all these things. And for a wife or for a husband, it must be very unnerving to have to be patient while your
Yeah.
loved one reacclimates to things.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it is. And I'm saying in there and out, it is, you have to be very patient. There's a lot. Like, I think that you can talk about, you can plan all you want, but not until you're actually out here and like a life actually happens do you really like things come up, and
Right.
when it's time to talk about stuff.
Well, your husband's doing a great job, and you obviously were patient through the process, and that has its own little benefits. So
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
congratulations.
Doing great.
Yes, for sure. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Same here. Likewise.
Thank you.
You guys you have a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
How did you score somebody so pretty?
Man, that's what I said.
I know. I'm telling you, she's pretty, supportive, and patient. Man, you did good, dude. You did good.
Yeah. Pretty too. Yeah.
I love it. So
Yeah,
if you had to give advice to somebody who's maybe thinking, oh, I get out, I'm going to be leaving and I'm short to the gate, I'm going to be out and I'm going to go to this concert and that, and I'm going to buy this car. What would be your advice to somebody who's looking at, man, my clothes are packed. I've given away everything I don't want. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for that final call. That what are your thoughts? What would you want to share with them if you were sitting on the bunk with them? Hey, let me give you some pieces of advice. What would that advice be?
So the first thing I would say is don't give all your stuff away.
Don't give your stuff away.
No, because when you get to the transitional house, they're not going to give you all that stuff. They're going to give you a bedroll, blankets, sheets, right? And sometimes the restrooms, you got to provide your own toilet paper because they don't always, you have to go down and like get one or they restock it. Like hygiene, they give you the little squeeze bottles or the little packets of powder. Don't give your stuff away, right? Part of you being ready to re-enter is having stuff to come home with.
I see.
And even if you're coming home to a full house, you know what I mean? Like where your family's like, hey, we're gonna take care of you, we got you. It's like you that's great, but you still want to feel like you have stuff so the burden is not all on your family.
So you're not saying, hey, can I have some toilet paper or some toothpaste, or do you have a comb? Or yeah, I see. Because that I think that would make me feel helpless.
Yeah.
If I'm saying, oh man, I gave away my comb.
Yeah, right. You're like, man, okay, now I gotta get one.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so take your stuff with you just so you feel autonomous and able to care for yourself. What else would you have to tell them about that reentry process? How long does it take? When you were there 6 months, did it just the reentry issues stop there, or were there a whole new set?
Well, the transitional housing, if you're doing a transitional housing, it has a whole different set of rules. You don't actually get to start living your life till you leave that place. And that's my experience because they restrict you from so much stuff you can bring into the transitional, where you can go, what you can do. You're pretty much still like in a lesser institution, well, the one I was at. And but like when you get out, you're gonna see whoever you're around, everybody's gonna have their struggles. And the last thing I wanted to do was add to their struggles.
I see.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I brought all my stuff, I wouldn't be as much a burden to anybody.
Got it.
And the other thing is be ready to eat, because I don't know why, but everybody that gets out they're like, hey, let me take you to dinner. Let me take you over here. So where's the first place you have? Let me take you over here. You haven't been there yet. Like,
Oh,
they always,
beautiful. But doesn't your
yeah, there's like
stomach
always
get
the one thing.
upset? Isn't your stomach
Uh,
upset? And isn't it just like too much? Is the food is very different. People say, I'm told, that their whole digestive system gets off for a while. Is that true?
for me, it didn't happen like that.
No, no.
I was eating everything. The only thing that happened was I was at my job. Sometimes they'd have like a potluck,
Uh-huh.
and certain people, the way they cook, it would mess my stomach up.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's something they put in it, or I don't know,
Yes.
but whatever it was, it kind of like messed me up. And but other than that, I was good. Like I was eating
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you need an outlet. Like guys
What
that
do
are
you mean?
coming out of into reentry, to work out, to read, to pray, to meditate,
Mhm.
study, alone time, go for a walk on the beach, swimming. You need an outlet. You
So it's
you
kind of
absolutely need an
slow
outlet.
your roll on trying to get ahead. Just slow
Absolutely.
your roll and just kind of feel into being free.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
there's a guy that another guy that I know named Wesley Bird, but he told me a analogy, and I use it all the time. So he says, look, man, he goes, consider life a speed track, right? Because consider like a speed track. People in society have been running and running this track
Yeah.
for years. They've been jamming because you've been in prison and you've been walking, literally walking the track.
Yes.
So what do you think is going to happen when you get out and you try to jump and run with them?
Yeah.
You're gonna burn out. You're gonna fall. You're gonna trip. It's not gonna go good.
Yeah.
Just get out and go in the slow lane, man. Walk, walk until you
Good.
can jog,
Good.
because you'll get up to speed. But it's just like slow down, feel the roses, smell them,
Yeah.
and just
I
enjoy.
think that analogy, a lot of people can relate to it because there is a yard.
Yeah,
In very rare cases are you allowed to run the yard. Let me turn this off. I forgot to turn my phone off. These things interrupt at the most
right.
inopportune moments. Yeah, they just blow up all over the place. I think because it was my birthday yesterday, I turned
Oh,
67.
happy birthday!
I know, 67. It's kind of like,
Congratulations.
wow, I remember 17. I remember thinking 30 was like so old. And now I'm 67 saying, well, 77's coming up. That's only a
Yeah,
decade away. It's crazy. So, yes, I'm getting lots of birthday wishes. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sing happy birthday to me, but I do torture everybody with that.
I'll
I mean,
do it. You ready?
yes,
Let's
yes.
go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I
Happy
love it.
birthday, Coach Taylor. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very, very much. There was a time when I didn't think life was worth living. There was a time when I really didn't want to be here. I didn't particularly like humans, and I didn't like how I felt I was being treated. And then I stumbled upon GOGI. I walked into a prison yard and it looked like how I felt. And from that moment on, in being of service to the incarcerated, my life has been more joy stacked upon more joy. And it really goes back to service. Now, if when I'm called off this earth, it's going to be kicking and screaming, no, I want to stay. It's too much fun here. Being of service and living a life of service is the ultimate high. There is nothing greater. And when you sent me an email and you said, that you wanted to incorporate some of the tools into your work with the youth, I said, I'm all in. I'm all
Yeah.
in. So whatever you need from the organization, we have loads of free resources. Anything you need, even copies, these are all of our courses and our books. We have everything
Oh
from
yeah.
wristbands, keychains, little water bottles. We're more than happy to loop you in and give you as much as our donors will allow me to give you so that we can begin to introduce the GOGI Life Tools to your clients, because I really think they'll resonate with them.
All right. Also, I'm gonna do a workshop for my company. for like
Really?
not just the youth, but like for the office space.
For staff people to be able to.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
and
that.
and like parents that might come in too.
I love that. Any help you need from us, great. If you want some of our coaches to come in, some of the mothers that are coaches to come in, if you want graduates to come in, if you want to Teams me into a conference call, anything you need. We are in a position now where we are blessed with so many coaches doing so well that we can fortify the other coaches as they are reaching out and sharing the tools with others. So you just let me know what you need me to do, and we'll jump through all sorts of hoops for you.
I'll do my best out here.
Oh, you always do. I'm so proud of you. And I loved meeting Audi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Audi is beautiful and lovely. And I'm so happy I got to put a face to her position as your main gal.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me try this real quick. Let me see if this changes the.
Are you still stuck on changing the background? This whole
Yeah.
time, the 30 minutes that we've been talking, you've been thinking about that background.
Can you see this thing?
What? Yeah, it looks like a Stanley Cup. Now I see nothing but the bridge. Now, oh wait, I see a Molly bolt. I see. What is it?
It's like a train, huh?
Yes, it looks like a train. What are you doing? Is that one of those kid toys? One of those trains?
So, no, you can see there. No,
Not really.
yeah.
You're a good magician. You're making it disappear.
I don't know how to make this thing change, but
Well, okay.
So
before we have our next Zoom, which is going to be 3 of us on the Zoom call, you figure out how to change the background so we can see what the heck that train is.
put a quarter in and it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am so happy that you took the time to reach out to me. Nothing pleases me more than to hear the successes of our graduates. It's one thing to get guys and have them parole, but then to have them loop back and say, hey, coach, I'm doing this and I'd love to use the tools. That is like, that's what I want to stay alive another 60 years for. If I live to be 120, I want to hear all the successes of the GOGI Life tools, because it's certainly created success within my own life. I can now really think of living a life of service. It's no longer patching up all the holes that existed in my heart or in my mind.
Yeah.
Now I'm whole and I am complete, and I can give back simply because the tools that were given to me by prisoners, which is kind of a really pretty awesome gift.
Yeah. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for GOGI. GOGI's really centered my life.
I love it.
On top of my faith, GOGI's really centered my life to where I think about stuff now. I make choices that are going to be beneficial for not only me but everybody. And like I said earlier, for my guys, like the guys that are still in prison that should be getting out, that way they can be like, hey, look, Tony's staying true to what he said in here.
Yeah.
He wasn't just doing it for the board. He wasn't just doing it because it's the thing to do.
Yeah.
He did it because that's who he is. And I want guys to know, like, do it for you. And when you get out here, it'll be a lot more better. You'll be fully equipped with a bunch of tools.
Yeah. And I could see it in a person's eye. I can see service in their eyes. And I definitely see that with you. I'm so grateful you took the time with me today.
Thank you for resetting it up, because I don't know what happened last week.
Weren't you on vacation, or where were you? You were doing something last week.
Yeah, I was at a church conference in San Diego, but then when I came back, so tired.
Of course, I get it. I totally get it. Now, this is going to be on our YouTube channel probably in about 3 or 4 weeks. Of course, I'm going to let you know. It will be a podcast, so it's going to be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of the podcasts, and it's going to be on prison tablets in more than 500 prisons and jails across the U.S. with a possibility of over 1 million viewers. So your message is important. Take it slow during that reentry process. Don't rush things. Utilize your GOGI tools and smell the roses.
Smell the roses. There's a lot of roses out here too.
Absolutely.
Feel them. Take a look at them.
I love it. Thank you so much. And hook up that other meeting that we can have anytime you guys want to do it.
Okay. I'll let them know. Thank
I
you so much.
appreciate you. My pleasure. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
GOGI, GOGI, GOGI told me this, I got, come on, just to live by. GOGI, GOGI, GOGI told me this, I got the tools to live by.
All the GOGI Life Tools books are available on Amazon.
This, I got the tools to live by. GOGI, GOGI, GOGI told me this, I got the tools to live by.